Live on a Wednesday. Here we are, the the Gauthier Things Have Happened podcast, as we've rebranded. Here we are on a Wednesday evening. So many good things happening, such good feelings around the team. It's amazing, the difference a couple weeks can make when the fans have patience and let the team come together. And here we are, the era of good feelings so far in the 2021-22 season. Ranger Things Have Happened. Who's with you tonight? Well, look at him. He's becoming a regular really rapidly, repping the swag he was gifted last week live on the program. Sean Beggs Rudolph is back for more. How we doing tonight, Sean?
Very good. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going so fantastically, I can't even explain it. And with us back for the second week in a row is my brother Alex. Al, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Nice to see Beggs getting as close to the screen as he can.
Yes. That's there it is. Perfect. And behind the curtain, Billy is, as always, at the helm. William, how's your week going so far? It's hump day.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful. I'm glad to be here.
So it's great. We're back. Ranger Things, so much happening. A 4-game winning streak for the boys. So let's talk about that. We are brought to you, as always, by Johnny C's Tees. High quality guy, high quality products, t-shirts, hats. This is stitched, by the way. And this is the red, white, and blue of America, not Russia. Sean.
This is top quality shit we're talking about here.
This is handmade quality shit we're talking about. Johnny C, give him a follow on Instagram. Friend of the podcast, a sponsor of the podcast. Great guy, great product. Let's talk about this 4-game winning streak. Most notably, the other night, beating New Jersey in a shootout, which I typically hate. I've come to hate over the years. I was a big shootout guy when it first started. For me, it's lost its luster. I even tweeted about how my heart was pounding during 3-on-3 overtime, and it was going to be ruined by a shootout, and it certainly was not the other night, as we had a classic 7-rounder. Go ahead.
What would you replace the shootout with? Just a continuous 3-on-3 overtime?
Yeah, I would do some sort of infinity clock. And I mentioned this, and a bunch of people had like stipulations where once you enter the offensive zone, you're not allowed to leave, or you give up possession of the pucks, stuff like that. Like I don't know how it would work. I would just rather them play 3-on-3 until someone scored than to stop and have penalty shots. Sometimes it's capable of being fun, like it was the other night.
With the other night that shootout was awesome.
It was great, but that doesn't happen often. Most of the time, it's you lose a shootout 2-0, and that's it. You go home. It's just I don't know. I like the 3-on-3. I wouldn't mind an infinity clock 3-on-3 overtime. My heart pounds the entire time during overtime. It's one slip up, and you got like a 3-on-1 going the other way, and I don't know. That's just it's cool.
It's got to be like 75% of the time that when you win that opening faceoff in overtime, you win the game.
I would like to see those statistics.
The only thing I like about the shootout, though, is the reason they put it in is to get rid of the ties, and I hated games ending the ties years ago, and I'm happy. That's the only good thing about the shootout. But I agree. After 15 years, it's the novelty of it is worn off to me. Also,
there are football games ending in ties still. It's just inexcusable.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like the ties. I don't like it at all. But what have you liked during this 4-game winning streak? What has stood out to you the most in a positive way?
Beggs, you want to take it first?
Sure. Well, obviously the continued great play of Igor in goal has really stood out to me. Also, Georgiev the other night, he played a solid enough game for the Rangers to win. And he led a couple of soft goals in, but he made the saves he needed to make, which I was happy with. Other players like Capo Caco starting to step up. Gauthier, as you said before, he finally got one through. And all in all, some of the young guys are chipping in. I'm really happy to see that so far.
Al?
Yeah, they're just scoring goals, and Chris Kreider's been lights out. Igor's been big in net, and I know I've given a lot of shit to Georgiev. He actually played well the other night, but
I love Kreider, Sean.
Listen, I'm
No,
waiting for him to go on the stretch where he goes ice cold for a month, but he's been real. Like he's the reason they're 10-3 right now. Guy scores a goal every game.
Hey, living up to a big contract that he signed.
Yeah,
12 goals so far at 16 games. Is something along those lines, I
he's
think.
got 13. I thought he had 13.
did.
No,
I don't know. Whatever it is, we take it with a smile.
we'll have our stat guy try to check that.
I mean, they're finding ways to win. They got to win with Georgiev and net. That's always a bonus. I thought for sure going to that shootout, given his history with breakaways not being so hot, that was fully on display on the first goal of that game where he just looked clueless on a breakaway goal. But to his credit, he made the saves he had to make in the shootout. He made that crazy scorpion save with the back leg kick, which was awesome. That whole game was great. Sooner or later, you got to think Panarin's going to start picking it up, right? This slow start that he's off to that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, but like we said the other day, he's still producing points and he still looks good.
I was being
I mean,
facetious. This is
good.
not a slow start. I don't know what anyone's talking about.
He's
He has
got a
more
proven
points than
track
games
record.
played. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's-
But he's
it's
got a proven
crazy to me.
track record. I don't think that's really much of an issue. I think people just want to see him start scoring more, and he needs to start being a little more aggressive. He's constantly passing it away, trying to help his teammates out. But he's got to be more aggressive, and that's what Gallant wants him to all start doing too.
And I think he has been the past two games, and it's paying dividends immediately. You guys mentioned Gauthier. That's my guy. We talked about him last week on the live show. We are Gauthier stans.
Was that his first goal of the season?
That was his first goal of the season. It was a beauty, and I hope it's a sign of things to come. And I'll tell you this. I like Barclay Gaudreau. He's not a first-line player. We know what he is. Third-liner, grinder, good guy to have. Why not put Lafreniere or even Gauthier up with Zibanejad?
Yeah, I don't get it.
And Kreider. Look what it's doing. Like, Kako is picking it up now, but it's not like he looked lost the whole year. When you put these young kids with players that are going to get him the puck, good things are going to happen. We don't need Barclay Gaudreau on the first line. There's enough leadership on that line. Bring up one of these kids, elevate them, get Laugh up there. They don't look bad. Maybe not. Maybe don't change anything now. Like, wait, see how it goes. You're on a winning streak. I just not. We know what Gaudreau is, and you're trying to develop young talent. Gauthier and Laugh are showing those flashes. I say get him up there. Ryan Reeves finally fought, and maybe we know. Maybe we know now why he doesn't fight that often, because who would want to step up to that guy? That was fantastic.
He beat the balls off that guy, and then his reaction after was awesome.
His reaction was awesome, and so was Kako's, like smiling ear on the bench, and he said he never saw anything like that.
I actually liked right before the fight. He was just like staring the guy down. It's like the look was like, "You seriously really want to go right now?
You sure you want to do this?"
That's what I thought. I got a kick out of that, and I give the other guy credit. He stood his ground. I forget who he fought. I'm having a brain fart right now.
I think his name was Pavetta.
Yeah,
a young guy.
Yeah, you give him credit. He stepped up and he didn't back down, but he got lit up pretty good though. It was funny.
It was insane. It was awesome. But I get now why you're not going to see him fight that much, because who's going to go up against him unless you get one of these tough guys. Speaking of this, the stuff that concerns me within this winning streak, because we're Ranger fans, so we find something to complain about. They're still letting leads get away. They let it happen in New Jersey. It almost happened last night. It easily could have, had it not been for Brendan Gallagher being a complete tool. They're getting outskated at points in these games to teams that I think they're better than. The Devils are improved. The Devils are not a bad team. Montreal's a bad team. And for too much of that game last night, Montreal was in control of it. They're a bad team.
They also in the Stanley Cup last year. They still have a lot of players on that team that were in the Cup.
They've got 4 wins. They're a bad team.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Bad start doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad team. They're off to a bad start.
It also doesn't help that they're missing Carey Price too.
Yeah,
and their no-name 4th string goalie kept them in that game last night. That's classic Rangers.
They played awesome.
But look, can't let leads get away. Can't get outskated the way you're getting outskated. But they're still finding ways to win. So let's be realistic.
Yeah, 10-3. I'll take that. They're gonna. This is gonna be all year. They're gonna be holding on to leads like this. That's just how it's been.
Entertaining.
It's very entertaining, and it's never easy, especially for the Rangers.
I mean, I would say there's
Yeah.
only been really two really bad games so far this year. Was that opening night game against Washington? Actually, 3 games, I should say, and then 2 games against Calgary.
Yep.
And
Okay.
they should have beat Edmonton. They blew that game. That was that. Connor McDavid went nuts in that game,
Thank God we don't
and
have to play Calgary again.
yeah, that didn't help either. And blowing that lead to Vancouver was really a rough one too.
I'd say the worst thing to come out of this 4-game winning streak. Sammy Blais
Oh yeah.
out for the season. So let's just have a moment for Sammy the Bull, as he came to be known. And honestly, I hope he comes back strong. He wasn't scoring, but he was playing well. He hit that post the other night.
Yeah, but he
Just the
was a
kind of
guy
player
you
you
needed
want.
on this team
Yes.
that they
And
haven't had in the past couple of years. Now they finally got him, and of course,
He's
we have
physical. He's
nice.
good on the forecheck,
You
and he was.
you can't have nice things.
Yeah.
but again, PK Subban does not. He's lost the benefit of the doubt for me, whether it was an
Man,
accident
fuck
or
that
not.
guy.
You know what? There's visual video evidence that he is a repeat offender with this kind of shit. So even if he did accidentally clip the skate, too bad. Too bad. It's on purpose because it's you, because he did it. And he does it all the time. He did in the preseason to Reeves. People are posting all over Twitter montages of PK Subban slew-footing people on purpose. So no benefit of the doubt on that. And then you have Brendan Gallagher trying to say that Gaudreau was like selling the punch to the face.
Yeah,
Which I think he did a little bit. Like you see the thing on like where he's like peeking through his glove, like it did the penalty get called? But still, you wound up and punched him in the face. He got fined $2,500 for that.
yeah.
Some
Jump
chump
change.
change.
That's
But
big. That's big's petty cash right
that's
there.
petty. He's going to
Why
take it out
not?
of petty cash, Sean.
Right.
But I mean that's really it for me. And I mean this is great. They're 10-3-3. I think we all would have signed up for that start of the
100%.
season. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else that I left out that we should have said that's bothering us or that we think is good? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I'm like it. So who they replacing Sammy Blais with? McKegg,
No. I hope not.
who played last night. I didn't even in his spot. Not
Gaudreau moved up.
They didn't. Wasn't Barron, right? Did they send him back down?
No. Gauthier played.
Oh yeah, all right.
You still have Reeves and Hunt
Yeah.
and Rooney, which I love that line.
Mm-hmm.
Dryden Hunt's a grinder. I like him. If that line starts putting in a couple goals, just watch out. They've come close. Reeves had a nice shot last night before the fight. Rooney plays really well.
Oh,
I like
AJ
him.
just
He's
said
turning into
Heedle
a
came
good
back.
player.
That's what I was gonna say.
Heedle was back, right? Oh, AJ all of a sudden is now he wants to
No, he can
participate.
watch the show in the chat, but he can't come on.
I'm working. I have a career. Loser. Anyway, AJ, we love you and we miss you and we want you to come back soon. But we'll make do without you. Also, we can tell Bino is not here tonight. He's out. I believe it's his anniversary. So if Bino's looking in, just know that you too are missed, sir. And Cobb, eventually, we feel like you'll make a podcast this season, or you won't.
That's no excuse.
But either way, we keep it going, and we have actually a pretty special guest gracing us with his presence tonight. Billy, you're not the guest, but is Colin ready to join us?
Give me 1 second.
You can have a second.
Oh, Billy's here.
Billy's
Where's
here.
he
He stays out of the way
I thought he had passed away on us.
as we wait for Billy to bring our guest on. Our guest is actually an Emmy Award winner, which I did not know. But it's Colin Cosell. Colin, are you with us? We're close. Let's see the icon.
His picture looks like Dax.
Okay.
You with us, Colin?
Right? He's just got to unmute, and I think he's there.
Colin? He's there. You saw that, right? You saw the unmute thing? He unmuted.
He unmuted.
We're having a
just spoke to him
technical
before.
issue, so to speak.
I just
I blame
spoke to him.
Billy.
He was there. I don't know what happened.
I blame Billy.
Really definitely
You know
hung
what?
up on him.
What happened is that Billy's an Islander fan. He's sabotaging this entire.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, we got
Whoa.
something.
Oh boy.
There he is.
Hi.
Oh, Colin, how are you?
I mean, a lot better now that there's this weird echo and everything going on. But how are you guys?
We're great. You know what? Honestly, I wasn't expecting you to be on video. Billy said you didn't know. I guess that's my bad. You freeze.
How do we stop this echo?
For the record, we don't hear the echo.
Yeah, I don't hear an echo.
Oh, you probably have.
Yes, I do.
no,
All right, you
don't.
know what? It's because I'm watching it live.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Let me just
Yep.
there. Is that better?
Sounds
Yeah,
good
we
to
hear
us.
you fine.
It was always good.
I
for
hear you
us.
fine.
Fantastic.
Well, Colin, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your Wednesday to join us here on the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. So thank you for that.
I mean, thank you for having me. Thank you for putting up with the production nonsense. My apologies. That's listen. I didn't realize that Sammy Blade was completely out. I've been so busy with work the past couple days. Didn't know he was like gone for the season. And I was, I was at the game on Sunday. Heard the Rangers Boo Birds going nuts on Subban. Didn't know that it was gonna end like that. So here we are.
What was like the overall tone when that was going on? Was there like palpable anger in the crowd?
I mean, there was palpable anger every time he touched the puck. Like there is such hatred for PK Subban. I can't say that I've been in the Garden and have heard that kind of vitriol being spewed from fans outside of anything pertaining to Sidney Crosby. So yeah, it was real. It was palpable, and thought it was fun though. We beat them, so we lost Sammy Blake.
was a great game to be at. Great
It
game to
was.
be at.
It was. There we go. That's a better camera angle. All right, there we go. Now we're a little more
There he is.
intimate. Hey, how are you? Not as intimate as Bags though. Bags, I'm sorry we pulled you out of bed, bro. You all right?
That's his
Oh,
recliner.
wonderful,
That's his
man.
spot.
He
This
doesn't
is
get out
my,
of that chair
my
much.
throne. I'm in my kingdom right now.
You look like you're in the world's biggest beanbag. I am so envious of you. Like if I had gotten the memo, I would have done this.
This is my at nightly routine to sit in my chair until I fall asleep and then I go to bed.
My God, you're in greater comfort than Sammy Blaze ACL. Like you literally look like the tendon that is just floating around in his kneecap right now.
Oh, Sammy. Jeez.
too?
Nah, that's fine. We don't care. We'll
I'll
do
stop
whatever.
video. I'll mute myself. Thanks for having me on.
well, it's been great.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
had to,
awesome.
as I'm hearing you now, Colin, I could. It's a familiar voice for actually I'm the only Met fan here tonight. The two other Met fans couldn't make it tonight, but the voice is
that's
familiar from Citi Field, so that's kind of cool. I guess.
I mean, my apologies. You've had to put up with me for the past 4 seasons yelling at. Well, no, 3 because no one was there for last year, not this past season. But my apologies for yelling at you for 3 hours at a time every time you were there.
Were you when fans weren't there? Were you still working there? Like, was it still going on, or was that like you guys weren't allowed in because of protocol or whatever?
I'm glad you asked that question because not only that, but I learned that I was an essential worker
Oh,
in the middle of a pandemic. Apparently, you can't be introduced into a game as a substitution or otherwise without the PA announcer actually bringing you into the game. So
I never knew that.
that's a rule.
I guess so. It's Major League Baseball, man. There's the rule is there are no rules. It is a game based entirely on opinions. You've got a bunch of overweight men dressed in black saying, "Nope, that's a strike. Nope, that's a ball. No, that should have been caught." Like this is Major League Baseball, man. This is what we do. It was
Pretty cool.
supposed to elicit a lot more laughter. This is a tough crowd on a Wednesday night.
It's awesome. My question is like, where did you start? Like, how do you get that job?
It literally is like anything else in the world. It's being in the right place at the right time and knowing the right people. It's networking. It's a whole lot of who you know, not what you know. I was literally bartending and met a gentleman who was working in production for the Mets. And the same bar that that they gave me my wife, where that I met my wife, we were coworkers. Gave me the gentleman who ended up being my boss and gave me the job with the Mets. This was after a career of various forms of entertainment and sports broadcasting here and there and everywhere, but it all just kind of came together. And luckily, the Wilpons and people in production enjoyed my voice and said, "Hey, we want this guy to yell at our crowd for 3 hours at a time." So here we are.
Awesome.
That is the Cliff's Notes version, by the way.
That's fine.
You seem
Cliff
like you'd be a
Notes got me through high
bartender.
school.
You must have been a great bartender.
I was a phenomenal bartender.
What was your favorite drink to make?
Whiskey.
Nice.
Keep it simple.
No,
Dry.
I made a mean margarita. I actually went head to head with one of my co-bartenders. We used to work together on Friday nights when the bar was packed, and he was from Mexico, and I'm from Connecticut, and we had a head-to-head margarita competition of a flavored margarita, like a fruity margarita, a spicy margarita, and a regular margarita, and I swept them. A gringo from Connecticut swept an authentic Mexican making margarita. So I guess that's my best drink, but a shot of whiskey, really good at that.
So you were that good, and you were willing to just give it up for this measly, PA job.
Listen, man, we all make sacrifices in this life, and my wife made one by marrying me. And listen, it's the way things go. You never really know how things are going to turn out, and I figured, why not try addressing 30,000 people per night and get paid to watch baseball as opposed to just getting tax-free money by making drinks for people who don't say thanks.
I made the right call.
Yeah, what's also you get to go to like every big game and like the playoffs. I know they haven't been there lately.
Oh, come on, relax on that.
But I'm just saying, if he gets to go to all these big games, watch them, and he's working. That's like a dream job right there.
No, it is. It's truly a dream job. Like, it is the best summer job in the world. Like, my first summer job, I was 10 years old, and it was kind of a job I put upon myself. I started going to my family belonged to this like little beach club, and like I started bringing people's chairs and umbrellas down and getting tips, and I was just like, this is awesome, people are handing me cash. Thought that was the best summer job ever. 30 years later, I was wrong.
Yeah, awesome.
I was wrong.
I don't know. Cabana Boy sounds pretty good.
Who trusts the ingenuity and foresight of a 10-year-old? No one.
I have to ask you one Mets question before we get into the Rangers. Syndergaard, he's gone.
Who?
And they hired Billy Epler. Just your thoughts so far on the Mets offseason real quick, because this is not a Mets podcast, but yeah, we have to ask.
It is.
I mean, there's still blue in there, so that works. Listen, it's tough right now, and everyone's got their own agenda. So whatever happens to the GM, Epler, I'm more than happy we've got someone who actually knows baseball. And there were a lot of jokes about like, hey, Colin, are you going to be signed as the GM? And I'm like, haha, that's funny, but should I actually submit my resume? And
you got it in with the people, you know the right people.
No one talks to the PA announcer. I'm in a small padded cell somewhere on Radio Row. It's basically a pimple on the large back of greatness. That is the broadcast row there. But with Syndergaard, c'est la vie. I mean, anyone coming back from Tommy John surgery it's going to be hit or miss, and that literally works either way for a pitcher. It's either going to be hit or miss. So what I saw of him in the 2 innings that he pitched in September, and I got to see it live for one of them, he looked fantastic. But listen, it's it's an industry, it's a business. I don't care. Like there are going to be others, there loyalty is there for the players that you care about, and it's a business at the end of the day, and some of them just don't care. He made some comments that said he wanted to come back. He clearly didn't. And it works both ways. It's an ugly situation, but such is business in general. So I wish him nothing but the best of luck in the American League, but I honestly, there are bigger fish to fry here.
I have also been trying to care and have not been able to. It doesn't bother me. All right, goodbye. Get out. Take the incredible amount of money you're getting for a guy that really hasn't pitched in 2 years and enjoy it. Enjoy it on the West Coast. Get the hell out.
You said it better than me.
So
Biggs,
let's talk about
what
the
do you think,
Rangers. I'm
Biggs?
sorry. What about no Syndergaard? You care?
No, not at all.
I didn't think so. I didn't think
So I'm
Bags did
guessing
either.
What do I think? I think it might be a blessing in disguise for the Mets.
Yeah, we got Yankee fans here. Except for me. The two other Met fans aren't here. There one moment, Bill. We talk about the Mets every podcast and we always get mad.
Yep.
There one moment they screwed it up.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'd rather be in the middle of a rebuild than have like high hopes and just have them dashed by the teams you hate most. So in the playoffs. So it is what it is.
Let's move on to the Rangers.
We're doing very well here. This is going well production-wise from my aspect. Are you happy you have me on right now, Ricky? Is this
I could
everything
not
you
be
dreamed of?
happier. And more. Because there's a
Ranger.
yeah, I need to obviously you're at the game the other night and you're probably a busy guy. So from what you've seen so far this season, what are you most pleasantly surprised by?
Evolution of this team. Things looked pretty dicey, and obviously when you've got a new regime and you're rebuilding a team to Jim Dolan's liking, which I am not okay with, but I do believe the team needed to be grittier. The evolution has been a lot of fun to watch. Granted, a new regime did not immediately click or gel with Panarin or Zibanejad, but other players have been stepping up. Shesterkin is turning out to be what we hoped he would be. I was a goalie for 14 years. He does stuff that I would never even dreamt of, and my goaltending idol was Mike Richter, but as a goalie was Dominik Hasek because he was so unorthodox and was, butterfly, flop yourself in any way possible just to stop the puck. Doesn't matter what you do. Shesterkin has taken the hybrid into like a tribrid. Like he is doing things with his body and with his legs that has foresight. That it's Wayne Gretzky-esque as a goalie, which is high praise and doesn't probably make sense if you're not a goalie, but he's literally setting his body up to be where the puck is supposed to be, and that's what Wayne Gretzky did when he was addressing the puck and moving down the ice. He wanted to address where the puck was going to be before it got there. Love what he's doing. Georgiev is doing what he can do. He could be a starter for a number of teams in the NHL right now. Lafreniere, I think, has turned a corner, and I think it's finally the corner we've all been waiting for. I think the game against the Devils was a very different Lafreniere than I've seen pretty much since when he started. I think he's starting to come into his own. He's starting to get that confidence, and I think the new regime is kind of promoting that. And I like the fact that the Rangers are grittier. I love that Reeves fight. I mean, that was a stare. That was WWE worthy.
Yeah,
like that was
awesome.
a stare down. That was just like, you're sure you want to do this? And it was just like, I mean, at this point, it's just like you don't run away. You have to.
Yeah, there was nowhere to hide at that point. That poor kid.
No. Oh, and Reeves is just like, dude, oh God, I'm sorry, I have to do this to you.
I'm gonna do it though. I'm absolutely gonna do it. And it was fantastic.
And it was 100% worth it. And anything against the Montreal Canadiens, I know as Rangers fans, we are supposed to hate the Islanders first and foremost. I have kind of a tie between the Canadiens and the Islanders. Okay, this. You guys ready for a therapy session?
You got it. Go ahead. Hit us with it.
Cosell, I see you on the couch here. So, what is it? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, therapist. It's, in fact, all right. So, so many Rangers, Canadiens games I went to growing up, where Canadiens fans infiltrated the Garden in like full force. I have a feeling they like beat up Rangers fans on they've beaten up fans before. Why wouldn't they? Beat up Rangers fans to take their tickets and take over the Garden, and then just swear at anyone, a small child, old man going to his last Rangers game before he dies, and just swear at them in French. Canadian. And I remember watching this and being like, first of all, why are you so obnoxious? Second of all, who do you think you're offending by swearing at someone in French Canadian? It's French. Like, it's
a romance language.
No, it is not.
God, I don't
It's
know
not
what the
even a
romance language is.
romance language. It is horrendous. Anyway, so I was just disgusted with their behavior. Islanders fans, whatever. Working for the Mets, I work with a lot of Islanders fans, and I've come to this weird impasse where I want the Islanders to do well enough so that the Rangers and the Islanders play against each other in the playoffs. Because I grew up in an era where Rangers, Islanders, Rangers, Devils was a part of the most formative years of my life. It has been devoid of my life ever since. So, getting back to the original question at hand, the other night watching the original point at hand, watching a Ranger beat the living piss out of a Canadian, so gratifying. Like it felt so right. You know what I mean? Like it was perfect. I honestly, I harbor more anger these days towards the Canadiens, especially after their playoff run last year, than I do towards the Islanders. And you know what? Rangers fans can come at me, but like, for real, I hate Montreal so much.
I mean, you're probably excited that they stink right now. They're not very good.
And I love it. And the worst part is, it's early on in the season. I heard you guys talking about this before, but like, NHL, a team can totally turn it around and do it by the All-Star break. Probably better than any other team in any other of the top 4 sports in North America. You can make that trade. Baseball is probably a close second, but in the NHL, you can turn it all around. We've seen it countless times.
Yeah,
and
I fully expect the Islanders to do that this year.
Yeah. 100%. And they've got Lamoriello, like they've got Trotz, got two of the they've got the foundation for greatness. Even if they could put a Pee-wee team out there. No, I don't like saying it either.
I hate him.
Was that the boo sound from NHL '94?
Hold on, it sounds like it.
It definitely was.
It's close. Which is one of the greatest video games of all time.
100%. Hands down. The Sega Genesis, I would play the hell out of that.
Colin, one of our guys that's not here tonight, his name is AJ. He wanted me to ask you this question. He quoted it. I'm gonna read it exactly as he wrote it. This is him talking now. I perused your Twitter, and I see that you're frustrated, as we all are, by the fact that OBJ is still making headlines. Who's the one guy in the NHL whose level of media coverage frustrates you as much as OBJ? Thank you, AJ.
That's a good question.
Or he should have said, "Is there anyone in the NHL who's?" They don't really get much media coverage. If you had to pick a guy, I guess.
It literally, like, I was dumbfounded because I'm like, wait, are you trying to propose the idea that the NHL gets coverage at all outside of the NHL network? Like, they're on TNT now. Like, what's happening with the NHL? Like, that's our coverage.
They're trying.
Yeah, as long as Catherine Tappan's on, I guess.
Yes, sir.
That was meant begrudgingly. She married a devil. Like, I'm sorry. She's
Who did you marry?
God, I forget.
Oh, it was Mitch.
Catching me after a very long day.
Oh, Billy, you beat me to it. I was
Was
going to
it?
say Mitch.
Yeah, someone get quick on the Google, please.
Yeah, Billy. Who's Catherine Tappan married to?
All right.
Figure it
The
out.
devil.
Is
The
it Marty
devil.
Brodeur? You married a bunch of people.
No, he's married to his sister-in-law.
He
Oh,
didn't
that's
marry
right, that's
them.
right. Oh, that's true.
He,
Oh, it's her former husband.
oh, it's Jay Leach. Oh, they got divorced.
They got divorced in 2014.
Ah,
Oh,
love is dead.
Oh, you didn't hear?
True love is dead.
You know what? You know what probably happened there? The Rangers made a run to the Stanley Cup, and she was rooting for them, and he was like, "We're done here."
Yep.
We can only hope. I don't know. Anyway,
A run that along the way they knocked out the Montreal Canadiens.
yeah,
Memorably.
One
I
of
have
my
a
favorite
Marty.
moments.
I have a Marty St. Louis jersey because he was my favorite player in the NHL outside of the Rangers, and maybe my favorite player in the NHL of all time. Outside of Paul Kariya, like players that were not Rangers that I loved to watch. Those were the two, and so I got a Marty St. Louis jersey, and I wore it throughout those playoffs. And it because when we traded for him, I was like, "This is the best thing ever." And ever since then, every time I don the St. Louis jersey, lose. And so I can't wear it anymore. I can't. It's the weirdest. I don't know what it is.
But if you keep wearing it, eventually they will win. Law of averages.
Yeah, the law of averages is not working for me, Ricky. It's basically like betting on crypto that's named like Roder coin. Like it's just like, oh, that's cute. I'm going to throw $5,000 into it, and then I'm going to owe someone $5,000 in the crypto internet metaverse. Getting back to the question, anything pertaining to Sidney Crosby, I can't get over my disdain for him. Just can't.
Or should you?
Yeah, it's just my father-in-law is a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. He's from Pittsburgh. I can't hold it against him. I do think that the Penguins have one of the best jerseys in the NHL, but I hate them with an unbridled passion. I watched Ariel Lemieux score 5 goals against the Rangers in the Garden in a 10-5 debacle almost 30 years ago. But I have my respect for Pittsburgh, but I will never be able to respect Sidney Crosby. I just can't. So anytime he makes headlines in any capacity, this is obviously going to be not an evergreen take, but for now and for the past 10, 15 years, however long that idiot's been in this league, it's Sidney Crosby. I just despise him.
Hope that answers your question, AJ. Wherever you are.
And OBJ.
Right. Real quick, the best Rangers moment you were present in the Garden for?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a great question. Hey, tune in tomorrow for another great episode. Stranger things have happened. There've been quite a few.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be Matto, Stefan
well.
Matto.
You were there for that? Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of others. Like, how can that not be the clear number one?
Well, you want to make sure you give the right answer. I mean, there's only so many times I'm going to be invited onto this podcast after the debacle it's been, and I know you guys are regretting every minute of it. So I want to make sure that I get it right. But in all seriousness, I had a great conversation with Howie Rose about that call and what happened with it, and he disclosed something that I would never have imagined. Now, I worked as a sports broadcaster. When you're calling a big game, you have certain calls ready. Like you have things jotted down for situational things. You want to make sure you get it right. And any broadcaster who says they don't is full of crap or they're Joe Buck. And so he he had the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby, lined up until 0.7 seconds left in the third period. The game was tied by the Devils.
Oh, he had that thing in the pocket ready to go.
Ready to go. And didn't know what to do with it. Didn't know what to make of it. And then it was just that goal happened in such of a haphazard way, in the most awkward wraparound that you could ask for. But you know what? If you're going to win the Stanley Cup, you need puck luck, and the Rangers had it that year.
Yep.
And haven't had it since. And so the puck crossed the line, and Howie Rose did what any good broadcaster is going to do and reacted like a fan. And he just went ballistic, called out the name 3 times in a row, didn't even look down at his sheet of paper, and said, "And the New York Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby." And the rest is history. But he did not intend for it to come out that way. It just did. And Matto was at a Mets game this past season, and a buddy of mine reached out and said, "Hey, Stefan's going to be at the game. We should make something happen because, Howie's a little under the weather. He's probably not going to make it through the rest of the season before he has to get some surgery done and so on. Do you want to make something happen?" And I wasn't actually calling the game, but made it work. And they, again, there's a strong contingency of Islanders fans in the Mets universe, but they put it up on the screen. Stefan Matteau, they had him seated in front of Howie, stood up, thanked the crowd, turned around. Howie reached out from the window, had a handshake, and I watched from home and lost my marbles. It's like, this is probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me outside of the Garden pertaining to the '94 Rangers. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm giving you all the short answers tonight.
And drink the Rangers.
What's that?
Howie made that call, and then the next round, Sam Rosen jinxed the Rangers by saying this one will last a lifetime.
And so far it has.
Listen, we're also talking about a Sam Rosen who's called Henrik Lundqvist like 14 different names. Shesterkin, I'm pretty sure he's like turned into, "I like the way you work it, no diggity." Like Sam is all over the place. Like you can't.
But he's a national treasure.
You know what? He's
I love
a
him.
sweeght and he's a great guy. And
he's called more saves that have hit the post, like in the past couple of years, where you clearly hear it hit the post, and he goes, "Save!
Yeah,
What a save!"
It happens often.
Oh, Al, would you compare him to, I don't know, let me think of a broadcaster, John Sterling? It is high. It is far. It is
like the wild card game this year.
He did in the playoffs, right?
Like the wild card game.
Wild card game. Any game that ends in on the day that ends in the letter Y. John Sterling's going to be like, "Oh, it is high. It is far. It is caught by the pitcher. Didn't have the juice." How about that, Susan? Anyway,
It's a phenomenal
story about the
John
first
Sterling.
pair of shoes I bought. And she turns into the Mars Attacks alien. She's just like,
Roger Clemens is in George Steinbrenner's box.
Oh my gracious! Oh my God!
"Goodness gracious!"
He's not wrong.
Of course not. Well, Colin, I got 2 more questions for you. Neither one of them are related to the Rangers. I actually came to connect with you through a mutual friend named Gary. You throw darts with him, yes?
I mean,
You have thrown darts with him.
I have thrown darts with Gary, yeah.
So,
Oh God,
how's his game? Because around our neighborhood, he's people consider him some kind of dart shark. What's your opinion on that?
He's far better than me, I can tell you that. But I also haven't tried to play competitive darts, competitively in like 16 years. So if I put the kind of attention to it that he does, it would probably be pretty good. I actually broadcast darts now. I did the wise thing. when you don't make it in the game you want to excel at, you become a broadcaster for it or a fan for it. The best part about making it as a broadcaster is you get paid to watch. Otherwise, you have to pay to watch. So I will probably see him this weekend. The North American Championship with the Championship Dart Circuit is happening in Queens, and I will be broadcasting that internationally. And it's going to be live streamed with the PDC, the people that have the national championship, with all the people that dress up in costumes and dance around and drink pitchers of beer, and then people that are dressed well throwing darts on a stage. They're actually going to be live streaming it this weekend. So I'll probably see Gary and tell him to his face, yeah, you're going to beat me in darts because I don't practice.
And he beats a lot of people. And we asked this question to every guest. If you could have one fast food chain only for the rest of your life, which would it be?
I mean, it's
Colin Cosell, everybody.
It's based on the French fries alone is going to be McDonald's. I mean, it's going to be McDonald's. I can do a Big Mac. I can do their chicken nuggets. My wife and I are big fans of their sauces. I mean, it's McDonald's. It's McDonald's. It's McDonald's.
We've had some wacky answers. That should be the answer. We've had
McDonald's.
We've had some weird stuff said. So I'm glad you said that.
Like what?
What did
I don't know. What do we have? Like what have we had, Bill? Some weird shit like Wawa. But we let that slide.
Yeah. We let that. But I mean,
it's not really fast food.
It's
no, we let it slide though.
7-Eleven with a gas station attached to it, with some iced tea that people are attached to for some reason.
We were generous and we let that one slide.
Didn't someone say a Waffle House?
Super generous.
Or no, they said IHOP. They said IHOP. I forget who said IHOP.
That's not. That's you sit down at a restaurant.
I don't know if I call that fast food.
It's not. It's not fast food.
If it doesn't have a drive-through, it's not a fast food restaurant. If it is a giant blue Snoopy house, it's an IHOP. If it is a gas station with a glorified iced tea dispenser, it's a Wawa. If it has a drive-through that may have been a bank at some point, you don't know, but it's got golden arches, it's fast food.
So McDonald's is the only answer.
I love it.
I mean, Burger King's got his the Whopper's great. The spicy chicken sandwich out of Wendy's is really, really good. But because of the fries alone that are made out of pure, crack heroin, it's McDonald's.
Ricky, what did Stat Boy Steve say? Did he say Sonic? I don't remember because that was.
He might have said Sonic. That was a long time ago.
It was an oddball one that he's like, I was out in Buffalo and it was like 3 a.m. I had to get a burger and I was doing some work.
But at least Sonic, you drive up to it.
I guess, yeah.
So.
Or they rollerblade
is that
whatever.
The person you're talking about, are they still alive?
Yes, and well.
Sonic is trying to kill everyone. Sonic has no interest in maintaining customers. They are systematically trying to kill people faster than COVID.
Oh my God. How do you really feel about Sonic?
Tell us how you really feel about him.
Oh, man.
I think they're misunderstood. I think they're the second coming of McDonald's. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have people clogging the line for Sonic because I've discredited them on this fine podcast. So Sonic is outstanding. I love it. Just don't get in my way when I'm trying to get my Sonic. Sonic's awful. My God.
That might become the title when I upload this.
Sonic is Drano for the soul.
I think I've only ever had
a sponsor,
like a cherry limeade from Sonic, but I never had their food. I guess I won't now.
I don't think I've ever had it either.
There's one all the way out on the island.
For the New York Riptide. They're no sponsor for the Mets or the Riptide. Our sponsor is Chick-fil-A, and they have
delicious,
fine chicken biscuits in the morning and what have you.
Oh man!
I'm such a shill.
Colin,
I'm sure you want me on the show.
We actually really appreciate you coming on.
Can you edit it? Get me out of it?
This was live. This was great. It will stay as such. I'm also really glad that we have a verbal agreement for me to come to Citi Field this summer and announce the Mets lineup for one inning. I'm glad we put that on. We put pen to paper on that. And now batting for the Mets. We can work something out here, going.
Be careful
As a
making that
disagree.
agree with him because his head will get bigger than it already is.
Anyway,
Colin.
seriously, Colin, thank you so much for taking time out of your Wednesday to join us here. It was a great time. If you come back on a Friday, we'll all be drunk and it's even better time. So you're more than welcome to come back anytime.
Well, thanks for lying to me and saying that was a pleasure. I appreciate being lied to my face. Thank you for reminding me that it is, in fact, Wednesday. I've lost all track of time. And by all means, if you want to see how strong the security is at Citi Field, please come into my booth and try to announce for me.
Deal. Game is on. Fantastic. But,
Let's go Rangers. At the end of the day, let's go Rangers. Am I right? I mean, like, this
something
is
we could
a
all
team
agree
we're
on.
about. We're in a rebuild, and there's a reason to be excited now. Even if we
Absolutely.
make it to the cup and lose, just like every other coach that we hire, at least we make it to the cup and make it memorable. And I'm going to go out there and say right now, let's go Islanders until you lose in 5 games against the Rangers in round 1. But I want a Rangers-Islanders playoffs. So go ahead, Islanders. Enjoy your new barn. Good
I'll
luck.
take it.
I'll take that.
I would take it. I would sign up for that.
I would sign up for that.
Shut up, Billy.
I already did.
Thank you, Colin. Continued
Yeah,
success.
thanks, man.
We will hear you
Thank
over
you,
the
thank
summer
you.
at Citi Field for sure. And you're right. Let's go Rangers.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Great. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
For show.
What a show.
Sure. What a guy.
What a show.
He is awesome.
But
I
yeah,
only
when
have him on
you
video.
hear his voice,
Mine?
and it's like you've heard that voice before
Yes.
in the ballpark. It's just it's wild.
He does have
so
a great
cool.
voice. I got to go check my router.
He's
The
got
one-
he's got a great voice.
The one time AJ doesn't come on the show, we talk about baseball for 10 minutes.
Well, you know what? He's a prick, and the pricks get what they deserve, right, AJ? I know he's watching. Yeah, he's probably pissed off about it. And your AJ, your
Yeah.
question was pretty much flawed. And I should have. I kind of realized that as I was reading it because no one in the NHL really gets media coverage.
No.
And I figured he would say Crosby. I
The
figured.
same way as he did too with Sidney Crosby. I was the only one that was coming to mind when you asked that question. I was saying to myself, well, the only one that really comes to mind to me is really Sidney Crosby. That gets any type of attention.
Thanks. You wearing a muscle shirt?
Yeah. Is your shirt coming
Yeah.
off?
It must have been.
Do you have sleeves on that
Yeah.
shirt?
Nope.
Duff
Nice.
Brewery.
Oh, God.
Duff Brewery, dude.
All right, it's we're going on an hour. Let's play trivia, Bill. Cue it up.
Yes.
Trivia. So, Bill, if you can quickly give us the standings.
All right. In first, we have Ricky with 6 correct. In second, Bino with 5. In third, Bags with 4 from
Bagsy.
Friday. In
Yeah,
fourth,
4, right?
You have 4. You got 4 right last week. In fourth, we have Andrew with 3. Tied for fifth, we have AJ and Al with 1. And bringing up the rear is Cobb with nothing.
Huh.
All right, Bill. So you have questions from Cobb, from AJ, and from Bino. So let's get those out of the way.
All right.
No one correct Billy on his pronunciation. He's gonna butcher some names. So we look forward to that.
This is Cobb's. Besides Mika Zibanejad, who are the only 2 players to score 30 goals for both the Rangers and the Ottawa Senators?
Mm. Interesting.
Oh, I didn't get my music queued up. Oh, well.
Wait, besides Zibanejad, who are the
only
only other 2?
to score at least, I guess it's at least 30 goals for both the Rangers and the Senators.
There's 2 of them?
There's 2 of them.
Oh, my
Oh my
God.
God, why am I completely blanking on this one?
If I'll give you a hint, if Cobb didn't have a typo, they both have 32 goals with the Senators.
The fuck?
You're talking about in a single season.
That
There's-
was not
there's
given,
2 players?
that was not given to me, and I didn't look that up. It's 2 players who have scored 30 goals for both the Rangers, at least 30 goals for both the Rangers and the Senators.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's not a single season, then I can make a guess on one of them. Is it a 2-point question?
Yeah, you know what? We'll do that since, We'll give you a point each.
Damn.
I can't think of it. I can't think of a second one. So
I think we just got to
I can think of one maybe, but
this question's flawed. I mean, is it a single season? Is it lifetime? Whatever. Okay, I'm ready to flip. If you guys are ready to flip,
flip them.
how did I not think of Brassard?
Al got one of them. Alexei
It's got to be
Kovalev,
career.
Alexei Kovalev, and Derek Brassard.
Say Kovov, you bitch.
Kovalev, whatever.
That's not. There's no way Brassard scored 30 in a season, so that's got to be like
He didn't say a season.
career-wise.
Yeah, I guess
All
it
right.
was.
I disagree with the question.
Cobb floored it.
Alexei had
Cobb.
142 with the Rangers, 32 with the Senators. Brassard had 69 with the Rangers, nice, and 32 with the Senators.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, give us AJ.
I misheard the question. I thought it was in one season. I'm over here trying to think of
us
who
too.
did that.
Yeah, that's blame Cobb. Yell at your roommate. All right,
Nah,
you ready for Beanos?
Yes.
Sure.
The Rangers beat the Canadiens yesterday. It was their 200th win against Montreal. How many times have the Rangers beat the Toronto Maple Leafs? This is multiple choice. A, 233, B, 288, or C, 219.
Say that again.
The Rangers.
Just the numbers.
Oh, I'm half an idiot. 223, 288, or 219.
Say them one more time.
223, 288, or 219. We ready? Flip them.
Yep.
223.
What did Bags write?
Bags
I wrote 219.
Yeah. Too.
Build on the lead.
All
All
right.
right, give us AJ's.
Alexei Kovalev leads all Russian-born New York Rangers in scoring. What player is number 2 among Russian-born players on the Rangers' all-time scoring list?
All right, I wasn't listening. Say it again.
Alexei Kovalev leads all Russian-born New York Rangers in scoring. What player is number 2 among Russian-born players on the Rangers' all-time scoring list?
All-time scoring list.
No, Alexa, be quiet.
Alexei Kovalev is number 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's
Just
number
trying
2?
to see if AJ went obvious with it or.
Well, I don't know if it's obvious because it's number 2 on the list, so it's not like a trick.
No, I mean, like, is it someone currently playing for the Rangers?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That I don't know.
I could be completely wrong here.
Are we ready?
I'm definitely wrong.
I'm ready.
All right.
1 second.
Oh, nope. 1 second.
All right.
Flip them. What did you write, Bags? No. Ricky's correct.
Semi-Panarin.
What?
Ricky, you're correct. Sergey.
Sergei Nemchinov.
Yes.
Here we go.
Bags.
Okay, Bags or Al?
I'll go.
Okay.
Time for another edition of Canadian or Not Canadian.
Oh, boy.
3. 3 of them.
Okay, 3.
We'll start with the Rangers are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow, so we'll go with 2 of them. Their Toronto Maple Leafs center, Jack Campbell. Canadian or not Canadian?
Isn't he the goalie?
The goalie. My bad.
Is it-
It's a G.
Okay.
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 Bags. All right, next one. Toronto center, Alexander Kerfoot. Canadian or not Canadian?
Okay.
And third, I think it's a layup. Brooks Orpik. Canadian or not Canadian?
He still plays hockey? He plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
No, he's not on the Maple Leafs.
Oh, you're just
The first
That's
two
just a throw-in.
right. They're going to get a point for
Okay.
each, correct, Al?
A point for each correct.
Okay.
okay.
Bags, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, flip it. Okay. Jack Campbell from Toronto. Bags, what did you even write?
I'm
He
gonna
wrote
say
not,
not.
and then he wrote
Oh,
Canadian.
all right.
Canadian.
Jack Campbell, from the goalie from the Maple Leafs, is not Canadian. Alexander Kerfoot, the Toronto center, is Canadian.
Oh, is he?
And Brooks Orpik is not Canadian.
Okay, I got 2 out of 3 there. 2 out of 3.
I got 2 out of 3.
Biggs got 2 out of 3.
Where's Kerfoot from?
Vancouver.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
All right, Bags. Hit us with your trivia question.
All right. This might be a layup. Who knows? What is that noise? In 2002, at the trade deadline, the Rangers made a deal with the Florida Panthers to bring in this former Vancouver Canuck.
God. In 2002?
Yes. The Rangers made a deal with the Florida Panthers to bring in this former Vancouver Canuck.
I got this. I think so. I don't know. I'm ready to flip when you are, Al.
I'm ready.
Go.
What does that say, Ricky?
Anson Carter. Ricky Kirkland.
Nope.
It's not
Yeah,
Kirk McLean?
Nope. Who'd you write out?
I said Anson Carter.
No. The correct answer is Pavel Bure.
Oh, you fuck.
Anson Carter came from the... no, wait, forget it. He was traded to the Capitals for Yager. Bure. And it was kind of a layup, and we missed it. Even Patrick Ewing missed layups.
All right.
I was thinking about that earlier. I wonder if this would be too easy or not, but who knows?
That
Do
was
we
a
have
good
a Who
question.
Am I?
No, I didn't do my trivia question.
Oh.
Settle down, Al. We know it's almost.
Here we go. Game 7 of the 2015 Eastern Conference semifinals. Caps at Rangers, better known to us as the Step-On game, had the highest average ticket price ever for a non-Stanley Cup game. What was the average price per ticket? We're going Price is Right rules. The closest, without going over, gets the point. What was the average ticket price? It was the highest ever for a non-Stanley Cup game. Caps Rangers Game 7. What was the average price per ticket? Closest without going over gets the point. So it's up for grab. 1 point up for grab. You can go $1 and hope the other person goes over. Price is Right rules.
Ricky, I'm playing a thing.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Flip them. 225 for Bags, 275 for Al. The average ticket price for Game 7 of the 2015 Eastern Conference Finals, $824.
What?
You guys way undershot it, and Alex gets the point.
Wow.
Holy crap.
It was the highest ever for a non-Stanley Cup. You think it was only $200? I'm paying $600 to go see Lundqvist get his banner raised. $824 on average per ticket. At the
Well, the reason why
like the lowest
Game 7.
ticket. I'm an idiot.
The reason I'm thinking, because when I went to the Eastern Conference Finals that year with Alex, it was like the tickets were like $190 a piece.
That wasn't a Game 7.
It was Game 1, but that's why I wasn't really sure. So
Eastern
took a shot.
Conference semis. $824 a ticket on average.
Take it out of
Pretty
bounds.
remarkable. And I believe we do have a Who Am I, Bill. Cue the music. Who am I? Bino's not here, but he hits us with a trivia question and with a Who Am I.
This current member of the New York Rangers was originally drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs 62nd overall in the 2010 NHL entry draft. This is his second stint with the Rangers. He has appeared in 8 games this season, posting 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 penalty minutes, and is currently -2. His last time with the Rangers was in the 2019 to 2020 season, appearing in 53 games, posting 5 goals and 4 assists for 9 points, 17 penalty minutes, and again, -2. Who am I?
You gonna repeat the whole thing again?
Oh boy. Current member drafted by the Maple Leafs, 62nd in the 2010 draft. Second sit with the Rangers. 8 games this season, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 penalties, -2. Last time with the Rangers was 2019 to 2020, 53 games, 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points, 17 penalty minutes, and was again -2. Who am I?
I'm ready to flip.
Bags, you ready?
He doesn't look ready.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Just go without me on this one.
Flip him. Yeah, you both got
Greg
it.
McKegg.
That was the easiest Who Am I he's ever written.
He mailed it in because he's on his.
I was having a brain fart. Now it hit me. I just have the biggest brain fart in the world.
I was gonna say his honeymoon, but he's not on his honeymoon. Happy anniversary, Bean. That was a very easy. Who am I? I just wanted to make Billy read it twice.
Oh, thanks.
So tomorrow the Rangers play the Toronto Maple Leafs. What are we looking for out of tomorrow's game, boys? Because there's no game Saturday. So I would like a win to carry us through to Sunday when they play Buffalo. But I don't want a bad taste in my mouth until then. So I would expect that Igor's playing. I would expect everything else to pretty much stay the same.
Are they in Buffalo?
I think they're in Toronto and then home for Buffalo. I could be wrong though.
Is the Buffalo game Sunday or Monday?
Sunday, Buffalo. Oh,
I'm
what are we looking?
expecting a win.
What are we looking for tomorrow?
Continue the check and high quality goaltending by Igor. That's what I want to see. You saw a lot of it in the game against Montreal. I want to see some more of it tomorrow. Toronto is a much better team, so I think it's going to be a little tougher to hold them down.
Yes, this is a team you have to make less mistakes against.
Yeah.
You can't let them skate all over you, especially their top guys. So this is like, we're in a nice 4-game winning streak. You'd feel a lot better about it if they can make it 5 against this really good team. So again, anything could happen with Igor and net and the way they're playing. I'd like to see Kakko keep it rolling. 2 games in a row, fine, lightning in a bottle, but let's get consistency out of this kid now. He's playing with the right guys. Let's keep it moving. Keep the line moving. Other than that, that's what we want. Are there any last words? I mean, Gordon?
Any last words, you f***ing donkeys?
Does anyone have any last words to add to the end of our podcast this evening?
I'd like to thank Bags for coming on again and
hats off
providing
to
us
you,
with
Sean.
his insight and his muscle shirt.
Oh, yeah, gun show, babe.
No sleeves, no problem.
Reeves did his Hulk Hogan impression. I'm sure Bags liked that last night.
I got a little chuckle out of it when I was watching it.
I thought you said I got a little chubby out of it.
Oh, that too.
Oh, dear Lord.
Thank you very much for having me on. Like I said, I was skeptical about coming on these podcasts at first because I wasn't sure what I could be able to offer to the table. But I'm happy to help out when you guys need my help.
Come on anytime.
You're welcome anytime, any week. Especially for the live ones are a lot of fun. You got to come to all those.
I like the live ones, because I could drink and make fun of you straight to your face.
Yeah, it's always good. That's why we like it. I would like to circle back to Bino again and wish him an actual happy anniversary, not sarcastically. That's why Bino's not with us tonight.
Happy anniversary, Bino, to you and your wife.
Happy anniversary, Bino and Kristen. Hope you enjoyed dinner. AJ, you really missed out on some solid Mets talk. We're not starting a Mets podcast, so you missed your moment. A huge thanks to Colin Cosell for coming on tonight. Great guy, great voice. A familiar voice to all of us Met fans, and he did a great job, and I hope he's right. I hope we get to see a classic Ranger-Islander playoff matchup at some point in the future, although it frightens me to the core. It would still be fun. But those are my last words. Billy, always thank you for what you do. We will be back next week to talk about what goes on over the weekend here with Toronto and Buffalo. No Ottawa game. It's canceled because of COVID. We might maybe try and sneak a podcast in before Thanksgiving so I won't wish anyone a Thanksgiving. So, on behalf of Sean Baggs, Alex, and of course William, this has been the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. One last quick shout out to our sponsor, Johnny C's Teas, Broad Channel, New York. Check them out on Instagram. Just search for this. Quality products, anything you need. Johnny C's your guy. This has been the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. We'll see you next week. Let's go Rangers. Fuck PK Subban and Brendan Gallagher.